construction company out building a wraparound deck. So if you hear construction noises, I apologize. But yeah, that's this morning. How are you doing today, Small? How is the you? Gotta wash your work clothes. You're waiting for laundry. Hope it's gonna be done before you have to go in. Hey, if you need it to dry really fast, just shove it in the microwave, right? Just toss it in the oven. Alright. We liberated Albion. Albion is properly liberated. Now, we need to head up to all of the sanctuaries. There's a sanctuary, one in every single country, except there's 2 in Cornea. Presumably to enact seals on Galerius' power. And then we march on the capital, Gran Corinne. We are going to head up over here to finish this little corner of Bastorius. Presumably this is where I trade my Star Iron for weapons. But yeah, we've pretty much done everything we needed to. We're pretty much out of quests now. We just have 5 left. 1 to claim the sanctuaries, 1 to get 100% of the map. Apparently we're missing a sigil, which is probably in Bastorius. We have a single village to retake in Cornea, right outside the capital, and then we also have the capital itself. So there's really not much left of the game. The towel in the dryer is your favorite laundry rush trick. Huh. The shirt has metal buttons. I don't think that'll go over well. Okay, well, I mean, you could always throw it in the toaster, I guess. Toasters do radiant heat. That'll dry it out real quick. I'm sure that can possibly go wrong. Why does a towel in the dryer work? Does it have to do with friction and the fact that towels have, like, a lot of frictional heat associated with them tumbling around? Is that why throwing a towel in the dryer makes it dry faster? Is that a thing? I'd never heard that before, so I'm curious. I'm curious the science behind that. But yeah, let's head over here and start doing these sanctuaries, shall we? I also probably have some honors. I have an single honor. Alright, sort by favorited, because these are all items I would like to forge up at some point. Warbow. By the way, I'm curious. Did the game update? I heard the update was live, but I didn't get a game is updating. Character list. Sort by leader effect. No, sort by class. But they definitely updated something. Because now you see in the top corner what unit they're in. I don't think that was a thing before. Where's Virginia at? Yarp, she is getting defense and guard rate from her shields now. Alright, so the update, what it did... Let's remove this. Yeah, so normally when you equipped 2 of a single type, you would only get defense and guard rate, which are the in the bottom right, the stats for the weapon or shield. That only affects Virginia, who's the only unit that can equip more than one shield, and Swordmasters, who can equip more than one sword. But now I believe you get half of the value. So the shield has 6 defense and 10 guard rate. Guard rate can't go above 100. But so the 6 would give me 3 defense because it is the weaker of the 2 shields, because we have a 7 defense shield. So the weaker of the 2 shields gets half of its benefits now. So this 6 is now 3, and this guard rate from 20 is now 10. And that is, enough to give her the plus 9 to guard rate, because she could only take 9 of it, and another 3 defense. So that's pretty good. It also makes Swordmasters even stronger, as if they weren't strong enough. So we are benefiting from an additional 7 strength from the Wyvern Razor here. On Melisandre, Leah is benefiting from plus 11 off the Gale Cutter. That's pretty good. I mean, Aramis we're not really using anymore, but he's also getting another plus 7. It's pretty good. It has to be a clean, dry towel, naturally. It helps absorb extra moisture from the clothes in the dryer drum faster. When the dryer heats up and the clothes start to steam off, the towel equalizes the moisture. That's clever. The drier the clothes are, the faster the dry in the dryer. That makes sense. That checks out. Alright, but what do I want to forge then? Sorting by favorite, I did want all of these things to eventually get buffed. I don't know if we necessarily need to buff Virginia's shields then, given she's benefiting from both. Hellhall would get not much. Heaven's Wing shield for Oclese. I mean, let's give Berengaria's shield a bit of a buff. Has kind of fallen off. Very nice. Alright, first shrine, or sanctuary, or whatever. Let us see how this goes. God, Scarlet, could your boobs bounce anymore?
I'll start by offering a prayer to the sanctuary.
He who bears the ring of the Unicorn, present its grandeur before me. Progeny of the late Pontifex Errant, you have done well in guiding the Savior to this sacred hall.
You know of me?
I do. Your father, under compulsion of Baltro's magic, destroyed the seal sheltered upon these grounds. A regrettable fate indeed.
Excuse me the question, wise sage. Why is it that those of the pontifical lineage are able to break the sanctuary seals?
'Tis a tale even older than the Orthodoxy itself.
But that's over 800 years.
It's a lot of years.
I speak of ancient Zenoira and their sorcerer's quest for might beyond mortal bounds. A pursuit which brought them to Palavia and the holy power of the almighty Unicorn. Enraptured by its supreme brilliance, they began to experiment, using the citizens of Albion as their subjects. In time, those experiments birthed a new race entirely, the population you know as angels.
That's not possible.
Yet their only distinguishing feature were the wings on their backs, a mark of failure for the sorcerers who conceived them. The experiments continued unceasingly, but only one success emerged. A man capable of divine wonder.
The first Pontifex.
Okay. I was not expecting angels and ancient, holy magic being the result of, dark experiments. I did not have that on my bingo card.
Yes, and the gift he bore was the means to lay wandering souls to eternal rest.
how does that relate to the seals?
The purpose of Fevroth's sanctuaries is twofold. The first is to soothe the vengeful spirits of old Zenoira. The second is to accumulate an energy most sacred, the power of cleansing. Galerius impelled your father to set loose the souls bound to this sanctum, to break its seal as you know it. In so doing, he divested these grounds of one of their vital duties. But the other, the power of cleansing housed within, still remains undefiled by wicked intent.
My father must have foreseen the breaking of the seals all those years ago.
Which explains why he asked you to one day guide me here. To impart the power of cleansing upon my ring, so that we may stop Galerius before it's too late.
Your will is mine own, righteous Prince of Cornea.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine. I can feel it.
Ringbearer, the sanctuaries of Fevroth further seek your call. Deliver your presence unto each in turn, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
Do you think I'll have to put together something else to wear today? It won't be too hard. Dress code is just all black. Hell yeah. You have to have one outer garment with a logo, and you have a vest. Interesting. What brilliant light. We got a sacral rod. Max. Oh, it's this very strong magic staff. Affliction immunity. Heal whenever you use an active skill. Fancy. Look, the power of cleansing has taken physical form. It looks to be quite an impressive armament as well. One which we must be sure to make proper use of. Now then, we've still 5 sanctuaries remaining. Let us be off. Oh, there is a support combo here between Aramis and Travis. Interesting. What are you reading there? Oh, why have you snuck up on me, spy? I may have mistaken you for an enemy and cut you down. Sorry about that. I just get the feeling you're hiding something. Maybe a few somethings. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm little more than a common soldier who enjoys a life of quiet and peace. Sure, common. You know, it's easier to find a single coin in a desert than a swordsman as skilled as you. And, is that a Drakenhold fairy tale you're reading? One with a solitary sellsword who rebels against his cruel despot and becomes king himself? An aspiration of yours, perhaps? You certainly have the talent, if nothing else. I think not. If anything, I'd say it brings Elaine to mind. He may be a prince, but the castle he calls home now lies in the hands of his enemy. And this struggle against Zenoira is our very own rousing tale of revolution. Hence, I thought there may be wisdom to glean, even from fiction like this. Interesting idea. Though that reminds me. There's an Aramis in that story, too. Just like in ours. A relative of the main character, yes. Man turns to crime in order to protect his family, and in the end burns at the stake for it. Yeah, I remember. He was a good man and fiercely loyal, but didn't spare him the merciless fate. Your parents must have been peculiar indeed to give you a name like that in Drakenhold. I'll agree with you there. He chose the name himself, though. He's like, indeed, I have peculiar tastes. Quite right, quite right. Alright, I could do quick travel, but I think it's much more fun to sort of, like, walk, enjoy the world again, because this is our last time playing the game for maybe a little while. Let's enjoy it. Shall we go to Bastorius next? That is Secluded Shore. Bastorius boat is over here. Hello. The land of Albion lies south of here, and from what I understand, the Liberation has claimed it from Zenoir's clutches. I'd wager they're mighty enough to topple Galerius himself by now. You reckon? Let's see, where's the sanctuary in Bastorius? All the way over here. Okay, so we do need to go all the way over here. Eh. Keep getting caught on fences and half walls. These places are so big. Alright. So I believe enemies in this region were like level 45. This guy, we ran into him. Like, yeah, level 45. Alright, we are capable of fielding squads that can beat level 45 squads, it looks like, though. So that's good. Alright, now what is this? This is the Star Iron, it seems. The statue is dedicated to the sword-wielding hero of legend, and at its feet lies a hollow seemingly made for an offering of star iron. If the legends speak true, presenting such a gift will reward us with a powerful sword indeed. How many pieces of star iron do I have? That is a question. I have 35. And it costs 5 apiece, so we can get a couple. I will offer 5 pieces of star iron. Meteor sword. Max HP and guard rate. Okay. Meteorite series is HP and guard. It seems the story of these statues was no mere myth. Use this weapon well, Elaine. Can I get more than one? I don't need more than one sword, but cool. Let's get like one of each, I guess. Axe-wielding hero. Meteorite axe. Meteorite lance. Meteorite bow. Meteorite staff. Cool. Farnsey. Is there some sort of settlement over here I can liberate, or is it just a bunch of free roaming dudes? The lands ahead are sacred territory, navigable only by one who holds the mark of Bestial Kings. Proffer the Bastorius Blue. Alright. Famine, Divine Shard. Obviously, this is the Sanctuary. What else can I get over here?
Sorry for making you drag us along like this.
Please, there's nothing to apologize for. I take it you have a question to ask.
We want to see if this sage knows anything about the blue. It's the only reason we even got in here, so... I'll start by offering a prayer to the sanctuary.
He who bears the ring of the Unicorn, present its grandeur before me.
He who bears the ring of the Unicorn.
You've accomplished much, Ring-bearer. 'Tis no easy feat crossing a nation bound in the harshest of winters.
I don't mean to interrupt, wise sage, but I was wondering if you could answer something for us. What exactly is the Bastorius Blue?
You refer to the azure stone on your person, yes? It is magic made crystal, cultivated by the elves of yore. Long ago, when their kind still called Bastorius home.
There were elves here?
We did know that. We knew that the Dark Elves once lived in
That
Bastorius.
era too saw Zenoira's reign encroach upon every region of Fevris. The elves to the south, secure behind Ervelda's veil, espoused neutrality and insulated themselves in the forests of Elheim. Yet those in Bastorius did not possess such luxury. Instead, they forged a powerful crystal capable of transforming their bodies into those of colossal beasts.
Astrals. But they could turn themselves back, right?
Such a technique did exist, yes. Though, unfortunately, it has long been lost to the passage of time.
Should have guessed as much.
Guess that explains why Unifi looks kind of elf-like.
Still, Zenoira must have had some reason for wanting the stone so bad. Even though they didn't use their mind control to try and get it.
I suspect you allude to the rite of channeling. As I understand it, Bestral physiology is far too distinct to house a human soul, making the rite a futile venture. In its place, they likely sought the crystal for its similar mastery over the hearts of your race. All in the grand hopes of bridling the same strength they failed to overcome so many years prior.
Some story this thing's got.
Now, we lack the time for further conversation. Allow me to imbue your ring with the power of cleansing. Use it well, and bring an end to Galerius's cruel ambitions.
Interesting, interesting. I'm glad we're getting some context to these regions.
Righteous Prince of Cornea.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine. I can feel it.
Ringbearer, the sanctuaries of Fevris further seek your call. Deliver your presence unto each in turn, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
What brilliant light. We got a sacral bow this time. It's like this series of weapons is all just affliction immunity. Pretty good. Power cleansing has taken physical form. Looks like quite a most impressive. Yeah. We got it. Okay, let's head to Drakenhold next. We'll finish up in Cornea. We'll do Cornea last. The threat of Zenoira has receded at last, and we owe it entirely to you, humans. I suppose all we can do now is safeguard our home until a new king is one day crowned. Crannock Harbor?
My sister wants to go somewhere called Eelheim. She says it's all flowers and trees and nobody ever fights there, ever.
War is such a waste of everyone's time. The forests give us trees, and the rivers water, and the earth's soil. All language, all wisdom, all life springs from those gifts. Yet still people fight each other for more. I'm just trying to get this resource that apparently I didn't get. There is a sport combo here between Prim and Hilda. Okay, the sisters.
Another great trip to the market. But, what should I eat first? Whichever it is, I certainly won't be going hungry anytime soon.
Still as big an appetite as always, I see.
Hilda! I'd appreciate it if you didn't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry, I should have said something sooner. But I have to admit, I'm relieved to see you've been eating well on your own.
If you're just going to tease me, you can do it somewhere else.
I doubt I need to remind you, Prim, but you really should be careful about where you keep your food. Once everything's gone bad, you'll have no choice but to get rid of it, no matter how reluctant you are to do so. And always remember to watch after your valuables, too, especially if you're sharing a tent. You never know what manner of foul bandit might attempt to steal them, after all.
I know, Hilda. You've told me these things countless times over the years.
What else? And never involve yourself with a well-spoken man. There's no telling what cruel intentions he may hide behind that debonair mask.
Actually, it might be a bit late for that.
What?
Sorry, it's nothing.
Is she talking about Aramis?
Well, never forget to stay alert. Keep your guard raised. And if you ever need help, you know where to find me. Hilda always has been rather quick to worry. Thank you, O Father, and Elaine for bringing her back to me.
Don't get involved with a well-spoken man. You never know what ill intentions they harbor. And kind of disappointed that a lot of these resources aren't self-harvesting. Travis and Prim. I'm going the wrong way, I think. I think the Drakenhold Sanctuary is north.
Travis, why are you carrying all that food?
Some of the locals gave it to me for chasing Zenoira out of their town. I was just on my way to test it for poison.
Oh, and do you do that every time all by yourself?
I have to, yeah. They don't usually give us quite this much. But don't worry, I've got an antidote from Yana in case anything is actually poisoned. And I'd smell anything strong enough to kill me before I even took a bite.
Even so, are you sure you should be taking on such a grave responsibility alone?
She just wants to eat the food. She's just like, food? I told you I'm fine. What's got you so concerned anyway? Don't tell me you're only in this for a snack.
Oh no, well...
You've got some real courage if you're willing to risk your life just to fill your stomach.
I'm sorry, it's just... My sister is particularly fond of a certain kind of cake you can only buy in that town. And so am I, actually.
Go on.
All I'm saying is, I can help cure you if you ever need it, Travis, and my appetite's not the only thing I'm offering.
She wants food. But you admit it's a reason. Fine, you're welcome to do your little taste testing if you want. I'm still taking the first bite, just in case something goes wrong.
Please don't call it taste testing.
Yeah, Travis, call it what it really is. Sneaking a bite. Yeah, okay, it is by the capital. But I am going the right way because this is the only way to get to the capital. Pass through. This game is so pretty. Okay, we got another support here. We have Prim and Aramis this time. We got Prim a lot of convos, it looks like.
What do I do?
Is something the matter, Prim? You seem rather troubled over there.
Oh, Sir Aramis. Well, it's embarrassing to admit it, but I spent almost all my money at the local tavern.
Oh?
Whenever I put in a hard day's work, I always reward myself with a hearty meal. But lately I've been working even harder than normal, meaning my diet has grown somewhat out of control. Steak haché, rice pilaf, pot au feu, a nice salad here, a tart tatin there, fresh pasta, the most wonderful galettes, oh, and carpaccio and oysters.
I'm not sure how your stomach can possibly handle all that.
My stomach isn't the issue, sadly. My coin purse is.
Have you ever considered rethinking this methodology of yours? Perhaps you wouldn't be bleeding your funds dry if you rewarded yourself with something other than food.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. But what should replace it with? What if you were my reward? Talking to you, that is.
What if you were my reward? Ooh. Talking to you, that is. No, I don't think that will work at all.
Oh, Right, of course not. I'm sure you have far better things to do than entertain me whenever I please.
Well, that's not the problem, Prim. Without your reward, I could never speak to you at any other time.
That would be almost like punishment. I only suggested it so I could learn more about you, too.
Did you now? Well, far be it from me to refuse the wishes of so beautiful a rose.
I'm sorry?
You may ask about me any time you'd like. But first, we must decide upon a new reward for you.
Are you going to help me think of one, Sir Aramis?
How could I not? After all, I was the one who suggested it in the first place.
I suppose so, yes. Now let's see here.
Aww. I still think food is the best reward you could ever have, so good luck on that. I need to go up through here, I believe? No, I go around. There's a gatehouse here. Yeah, okay. We're still on the right path. Just need to trust my navigational instincts. Sure, I could teleport, but what's the fun in that? Berengaria wants in on this one.
Forgive me for prying, Berengaria, but why have you asked to join us here?
Boltro, I want to know more about the man who thinks he can tamper with other people's minds. I have a few other questions for this sage of yours, too.
I'll start by offering a prayer to the sanctuary.
He who bears the ring of the Unicorn, Present its grandeur before me. Excellent.
Yeah, excellent.
Hope you're in the explaining mood, Sage. There's a sorcerer working with Galerius. Goes by the name Baltro. What can you tell me about him?
The man was a true prodigy, if ever one has deserved the title. His aptitude for magic was, in a word, peerless. A gift he employed with little concern for sense or morals. 'Twas through that disregard that he birthed arts as magnificent as they were monstrous. The rite of channeling chief among them.
Is that how the devil still lives? By possessing the body of another?
Baltro himself has no need of such trickery. While the lost souls of ancient Zenoira's people have long stood confined within the sacred grounds of the sanctuaries, Baltro has remained in the realm of the living, sustaining his twisted physical form for centuries upon end.
The lone survivor of a fallen empire. But if those souls have been locked away, how exactly was he able to summon them?
With the crystal of transference, of course. A potent medium capable of circumventing the barred gate to the beyond. Once the desired soul was summoned, he wielded the rite of channeling to convey it into a yet living host. 'Tis a feat, I presume, only possible for a man of Baltro's infernal aptitude.
Crystals of transference.
I can't say I've ever heard of them myself.
I'd bet they're real tough to come by. Otherwise, he'd have brought back the whole damn empire by now.
You make a good point.
I've got one more question for you, Sage. This armor I'm wearing, it's not the only set. There was another up in Albion recovered from the sanctuary when Zenoira first started knocking. Way I hear, it was the Pontifex who found it, gave it to a guy named Nigel not long after. So, I was wondering, this place have any old gear you're looking to part ways with?
Alas, all armaments stored within these walls have long since been evacuated. Yet the power of cleansing remains pure and true. Grasp it tight, and it shall surely bring you succor in the days to come.
Garia just like, yo, disembodied voice, you got any armor you want to
Your
part
will
with?
is mine own, righteous prince of Cornwall.
That's funny.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine.
Ringbearer, the sanctuaries of Fefrith further seek your call. Deliver your presence unto each in turn, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
Whatever you say, ma'am. Alright, what weapon do we get this time? An axe? An axe. Sacral axe. Alright. We'll probably be doing a little bit of inventory management after I'm done visiting all of the sanctuaries. There's another rapport convo over here. Another several, actually. Amalia and Leah.
Oh, Amalia, I didn't realize you were out here. Oh, it's you. Gilbert's, My name is Leah. Right, sure. So you need something? Forgive me the sudden request, but I was wondering if you might honor me with a sparring session.
A revenge match, is it? Fine by me.
I hoped you would say that. Now let us commence.
You held your own pretty well there, but it looks like I win again.
Thank you for agreeing to this, Amalia. You've shown me just how far I've yet to climb.
Hey, I'm always happy to lock swords for a bit.
And if it makes you feel any better, that was like night and day compared to our fight at the Coliseum. We gotten good at keeping up the pressure and didn't waste even the slightest moment. There was a real flow to it too, almost like a strong, steady river. Not to mention your aim. Every strike was headed straight for the gaps in my armor. It's the perfect strategy for someone your size to topple a brute like me. You truly mean that? To be honest, hearing those words fills me with confidence. Especially after how easily you swatted me away when we first met. In that moment, I swore to rededicate myself to my training. So I'd like to spar with you again sometime if you wouldn't mind. Just say the word and I'm there. You have my thanks, Amalia. And with that, I take my leave. Farewell for now. Damn, better train harder if I don't want to end up at the end of her sword. I imagine it's the dodge tank aspect that's got her all, concerned. Although Amalia does have a true strike attack, so probably not. Elaine Amalia? Alright. You seem to be entirely unaware of Zenoira's dominion when you first arrived here, Amalia. I take it that means the flames of this brutal war never reached your home. It's fine, yeah. Just a lonely little village in the middle of the mountains. The kind of place you could spend years looking for and never come closer to finding. Why would you leave such a remote region? Shouldn't come as a surprise, knowing what the old man was trying to do. And if anyone caught on, an heir would be the least of his worries. Bastard. But that only raises another question. Why did you leave? Because possessed or not, I wasn't going to let him rule my life or my body. So I started training, learning all the techniques my proud ancestor was so damned eager to pass down. You mean to say your skill is entirely self-taught? Sure is. You heard the old man. It's nothing close to the real thing. Anyway, eventually I figured out he only took control of me when there was someone strong he wanted to fight. That's why I stayed put all those years. I didn't want to risk setting him loose on the world. But now I never have to worry about that again. I suppose not, no. Still, all that time, and I had no idea there was a war going on right outside my doorstep. Of course, the Coliseum's the only thing I was after when I left. Yet, whether you intended it or not, you were forced to help us defend its walls. Imagine you rather enjoyed that part, though, given the powerful opponents you were able to face. You get me better than most do, Elaine. As long as there's people to fight, I'm there, even without the old man pushing me to do it. And I'm glad you decided to join us rather than our enemies. Thank you again, Amalia. God, could you imagine if she joined up with Zenoira? Fuck. Looks like there's another one over here. This is Amalia Chloe, alright. Easy does it. Amalia, where'd you get all that food? Didn't steal it from our stores, if that's what you're worried about. Went and hunted it myself, actually. This should be enough to get me through the day. The day? That must be half my body weight. I already told you, didn't I? A woman my size eats as much as 5 men. It's only natural that you've got a body when you've got the body this big. Anyway, you mind cooking that up for me? Just go ahead and toss it all in one big pot. Don't worry about your fancy knife work or elaborate seasoning. Can't be taken all night with this, you know. I'll just toss some salt on top once it's finished. As long as you're sure. Though it must be tough eating all this in one sitting. You got that right. I'd rather spend my time swinging my sword than shoving food down my throat. You really love fighting, huh? Yep. Oh, and I hope you don't think I'm just some ravenous glutton. I can be dignified too when the moment calls for it. And once I'm through getting this down, I'll gladly eat dinner you made with the others. With a fork and proper manners at that. Amalia just, like, behind the tent, just snarfing down, like, stew made from, like, 50 pigs or some shit. And then, you know, comes over to dinner and just, like, sits politely with a fork and knife. That's a sight. That's a mental image if I've ever had one.
Alright, now let's see. I believe... I don't know that this this town has a boat, but I think it does. I think it takes me... No, there wasn't a harbor to get into Elheim. You have to go through Cornea. So I guess we'll just cut across the south and make our way over to here. And if I wanted to get into Elheim by boat, I would have to go all the way back to Albion. We got convos here in the Witch Village as well. Yana and Joseph. I had always believed you made it out. I had always believed you made it out alive, but it's still a shock to see you actually standing here in the flesh, and a personal advisor to the prince, no less. It has been far too long, Lady Yana. Why the formality, Joseph? Is it uncomfortable having an ally who knew you when you were just a child? It is indeed, especially given the endless trouble my younger self made for you. I remember it well, even after all these years. And every time I scolded you for acting out, you turned around and did something worse the next day. Like the time you hung jars from transparent strings to make it seem like a sorcerer had invaded the castle. Or the time you hid it. That sounds hilarious, honestly. Oh, Joseph the prankster. Or that time you hid in one of the suits of armor which lined the hall so you could jump out and scare me as I walked by. This was all before you'd become a squire, of course. Even still. Between you and Hodrick, we had no shortage of troublemakers roaming the castle during King Gerard's reign. But if nothing else, at least the two of you kept things interesting. It is a relief to hear you say so. Yet I must ask that you never speak a word of these matters to anyone else. Oh, don't worry, Joseph. I'll take these stories with me to the grave. Though it's funny to think about. All that mischief you used to get into. Yet here you are, having raised the prince into a respectable young man. I deserve no credit, Yana. Such character is in his very nature, and any other growth owes to the friends he made while living on Palavia. So you say, but mere friends can never replace the father figure you've been to him, or the time you spent bringing joy back to that lonely child's life. I really like Yana as a character. She's really funny. Very sassy. Yana and Nina. Also, I see a shiny over there I never got. Neat. Yana? Who are you speaking to just now? Oh, merely one of the swamp's resident crows. You can converse with crows? What kind of witch would I be if I couldn't? Communing with animals is one of the first things we learn how to do. Sorry, just a little joke. It was actually an acquaintance from the village who transformed into a crow. And I can't talk with horses or griffins either, in case you were wondering. Yes, that would have been rather surprising. But I have to wonder, why did that witch decide to turn herself into a bird? For the mobility, according to her. That and the desire to change who she was. It's all too common here in the swamp. Many of my apprentices have left to start new lives as different animals entirely. And while there's nothing wrong with doing so, per se, I find it all to be a bit of a shame. Only one you exists in the world, and I can't see the reason for wanting to discard that. Haven't you ever wished to become someone else, Yana? In a sense, I suppose. Years ago, I wished to grow into a powerful sorceress just like my old master was. That didn't mean I wanted to be her.
Such dreams only become reality through the inner strength you bear deep within. Once you've achieved them, you can take pride in knowing that that it was your effort which got you there, and yours alone. Actually, why I joined the Liberation to begin with, to find the dream I was willing to pursue. So while the journey ahead might yet be long, I'm proud of myself for even taking the first step.
Actually, we're kind of at the end, Nina. I don't know if you noticed, but sure.
As you should be.
These are like early conversations I'm just now getting. So I guess that makes sense. Alright. Let's head to the Elheim Sanctuary. It is, I believe, past the capital. Not this way. Another rapport convo on the road. Prim and Umerus. Alright.
This land is incredible, isn't it? So many flowers, so much green. It must be quite a change from the barren red expanses you're used to. It is. I come from a particularly arid region of Dragonhold where plant life doesn't even dare to grow. So the only flowers I ever encountered were the ones I imported for my medicines. Does that mean this is your first time seeing them in bloom? Well, yes. The truth is, I had never actually left Dragonhold before joining the Liberation. But now that I have, it's quite a moving sight. I understand exactly what you mean. Though to be frank, it only reminds me of how foolish I was for turning my beloved garden into a place of war. Sorry? I'd like you to have these, Prim. They're flower seeds from the shores of Albion. As long as you give them the proper care and attention, they'll grow anywhere, even in the most unforgiving of soils. Though, I don't expect you'll have the chance to plant them until the war is over. Oh, thank you, Umerus. My entire life I've dreamt of seeing my homeland covered in fields of beautiful flowers. And once it finally is, maybe then people will stop wanting to harm our lands with all this endless conflict. It's an admirable thought. I'll do whatever I can to help make it a reality, Prim. I'd like nothing more.
Aw, flowers. I mean, knowing Prim, she'll probably just eat them, but it's neither here nor there. Prim is just like, flowers? Nom 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 nom. Alright, we are still quite a ways away. This is all the way in, like, Dark Elf land. Cross the river. I don't think we need to go that way. We need to go this way. How do I get up there? Ah, I see. From the beach. It's just a lake. Alright. Fourth shrine? Or sanctuary or whatever? Only Eltalins.
Apologies for asking this of you, Elaine. It's merely that I'd like to make an inquiry regarding the nature of these sanctuaries.
Please, your presence is more than welcome. We'll ask the sage together.
I'll start by offering a...
He who bears the ring of the unicorn, present its grandeur before me.
stands the Turanos of Elheim. The ring of the unicorn would remain ever bound were it not for you, or for your ancestors, who conveyed the rite of covenant through a great many generations. For that, you have my utmost gratitude.
'Tis a kindness I scarcely deserve, O wise sage. But if I may, I wish to ask a question of you. For what purpose were these sanctuaries constructed?
To house errant, wandering souls, those of the fallen Zenoiran Empire.
Yet that raises another question still. How is it that Zenoira met with ruin?
'Twas an act of hubris immeasurable. In search of the forbidden gift of immortality, their sorcerers made sacrifice of a divine being, the great and noble Unicorn.
Such vile disregard for the natural world.
Indeed, and greed only drove them further from their own humanity. Amidst the slaughter, they sought to elicit the creature's purifying energy, and in so doing, break free of the shackles of mortality. Yet the cleansing fires of the unicorn glow impossibly bright, violent in their rejection of vice and villainy. For the wicked-hearted to harness such a power as their own would be a contradiction of its very purpose. 'Twas a miscalculation of the most fatal ilk. With the beast's dying embers, the fury of the unicorn struck Zenoira's people. Their skin burned, their flesh was rent from their bodies, and their souls were condemned to wander for the rest of eternity.
Well, fuck.
How horrible.
'Twas the greatest irony, then, that the rite proved a success in the end. From the ashes of tragedy rose but one survivor, a single girl, capable of communion with the divine unicorn her countrymen had so cruelly defiled. Aside the Pontifex of Albion and the elven Turanos, she set forth to deliver peace to the restless souls of Zenoira's citizens. A venture which saw them construct 6 sanctuaries spread through every land of Fevrith. Upon its completion, she rallied those loyal to her cause and founded a new nation, Cornia, of which she would become the first queen. And with the spirits of her brethren pacified at last, she relinquished the power she had never once wished to receive. 'Twas then that it was severed in twain, each half laid into a sacred relic, symbolic of her tale.
The ring of the unicorn.
And that of the maiden.
Then the reason this ring answers to me alone is the royal blood flowing through my veins.
Quite so. Your heart is that of the unicorn, fated to commune with a maiden true and fair, a destiny which culminated in the rite of covenant and the subsequent unbinding of the ring's true form. Now, the power of cleansing housed within these grounds will prove a great boon in the battle ahead. You need only accept its grace.
Alright. The plot thickens. Alright, so there was once an actual unicorn.
Righteous Prince of Cornia.
And it was massacred because people wanted to use it to try to gain immortality, but that was a contradiction. The power of the unicorn reflects badly on evil intent, and that was evil intent, so it kind of backfired. Turned them all into ghosts, essentially. It ghosted everybody except for like a couple people. This is weird. This story is weird as hell. Alright.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine. I can feel it.
Ringbearer, the sanctuaries of Fevrith further seek your call. Deliver your presence unto each in turn, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
Alright, we got a spear. Now, back to Cornea. Here. This way. Alright. Back into Cornea we go. Let's go for the Cornean Sanctuary first, and then we'll do the Zenoiran one last. Cornean Sanctuary is by the big old town where Renault was fought. It's this way. Oh, got some more rapport convos. Chloe Hodrick.
With all this I could do. No, we just had that 2 days ago.
Is something the matter, Chloe?
Oh, Sir Hodrick, just thinking about what to make for dinner tonight. There are only so many ingredients we can keep around in wartime, but I'd still like to include some variety if I can.
I assure you, Chloe, this army will appreciate anything you make, no matter what it is. After all, your cooking is one of the few respites we have from the ceaseless toils of this brutal war.
And I'm honored to help, truly. But considering what we have in the stores, I fear we are doomed to the same meal we had 2 nights ago. If only I had a new ingredient to work with.
Now that you mention it, I have heard tell of garlic being grown in the nearby town.
Oh, we haven't had garlic in ages. That's sure to provide a different enough flavor, even if everything else stays the same.
In that case, wait here. I'll fetch some.
I couldn't dare ask that of you, sir.
Please, 'tis no trouble at all. Hodrick with his movement of like 60 units per second or something. I happen to love garlic myself, so I'll be looking forward to tonight's dinner even more than usual. It's very important that you breathe oxygen, otherwise you will die. I'll keep that in mind, Relo, thank you. How are you doing this fine afternoon/evening?
I can't tell if he really loves her or if he's just being nice.
There's actually 2 rapport conversations in here. Clive and Hodrick. Just got home from work. What about me? I'm doing well. Just, we're probably finishing the game today. Your spear work is excellent, Clive. I see now why Joseph has placed his trust in you.
Ah, Sir Hodrick. 'Tis a great honor to hear such praise from a distinguished member of the Royal Guard.
Former member, you mean. You and I stand as equals now, nothing more.
In that case, might you permit me a minor request?
What is it?
Well, I was wondering if you could instruct me in the art of the spear. Your noble house DuPont is known as home to the foremost expert in the craft, after all. It is also rumored that many of your techniques have never been taught to anyone outside your lineage. I should love to see that mastery in action if you wouldn't mind. Such is the only way I shall surpass my father, and see that the tragedy which befell my family never again comes to pass.
Yes, I've no cause to refuse the offspring of a knight as proud and noble as he. Moreover, I imagine there shall be much for me to learn from you as well. Now, the greatest mentor teaches not through words, but by action. Precisely what I hope to hear. Let us spar, Sir Hodrick. I only pray you're ready for the storm which approaches. Next game on the bucket list, Counter-Strike 2? No. Sorry, Relo. Probably never gonna play Counter-Strike. No, next month is Tales of Appreciation, so I will be doing Tales of Vesperia for most days of the week. For Tactics Tuesdays, I will be moving on to a game called Yggdra Union, which is a Game Boy Advance and PlayStation Portable game. The Steam release is what I'll be playing, which I believe is the PSP version. It is a just a cute turn-based tactics game. Uses cards instead of unit. You'll know it when you see it. And after Vesperia is done, after the Tales month is done, I'll be doing a playthrough of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Vanilla, which will hopefully let me be better at the joint randomizers Marsha and I do together. So that is the general synopsis of the foreseeable future, is those things. Elaine and Calm. Allow me to thank you once more for granting us refuge in your army, my prince. 'Tis nothing that demands gratitude, Calm. Your aid is most welcome boon in these difficult times. And what of Lady Melisandre? I pray she hasn't given you too much trouble. I like this because I've already married her. Elaine has already married Melisandre, but this conversation is presumably from like an early game perspective. Not particularly, no. Ah, that's a relief to hear. Strange, I would have expected her to pursue him day and night in search of a marriage proposal, or even a mere lover's tryst. I mean, joke's on you, Calm, she's already married. 'Tis concern for the prince which stays her hand, or perhaps an uncharacteristic bout of shyness. Calm? Whatever the case, it's best I not interfere in the affairs of her heart. Pardon me for saying, sir, but I trust you'll treat my lady with all the love and kindness she deserves. I could manage no less. You do mean in my role as her commander, yes? You are a fine attendant indeed, Calm. It's plain to see how deeply you care for her. I'm certain such loyalty provides great comfort in her times of need, much as Joseph does for me. Ah, how I wish that were true. While I may still stand in her service for now, Lady Melisandre is already a grown woman, and it demands every ounce of effort I have to ensure my counsel does not come across as intrusive or overbearing. I wonder if Joseph bears the same worries regarding our relationship. Thank you, Calm. I shall speak with him tonight and allay whatever concerns he may be carrying. 'Tis a wonderful idea, my prince. I'm certain he'll be pleased to know how you feel. Thinking on it now, I suppose my lady does the same for me at times. Perhaps it is time that shared kindness which makes her and the prince such an ideal match for one another. It always fascinates you how many games there are out there. There's like a bajillion at this point. It never ceases to amaze me, the ability for people to create. Like, you know, we have a world outside our windows, right? You can go hiking and stuff. But, like, the concept of art in general, the concept of creating something is so interesting. Like, writing a book. You just wrote something that isn't true, that never happened, has no basis, right? But it's a compelling story. It's its own world. The concept of creating stuff is crazy. Anyway, but yeah, video games are a huge thing. I missed the sanctuary somewhere. I took a wrong turn. Yes, I did. All right. We'll do that fight later. And now we're hitting up the sanctuaries. It's this way? Yes. There's another support combo on that side of the river. Very lovely. Scarlet, could you make your boobs bounce a little bit less?
I'll start by offering a prayer to the sanctuary.
He who bears the ring of the unicorn, present its grandeur before me.
I like when she's like doing her praying stance, her boobs bounce. Like, they don't bounce, you know, as like a unit. They go boop, 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 boop. I'm just like, Scarlet, chill. Why are they doing that? I don't understand.
So the ring is restored at last. You have done well.
If I may ask a question. You said that if we wish to match Galerius' might, we would first need to unbind the ring's power. But I wonder, why did you bid us return here after?
That I may bestow upon you the power of cleansing, accumulated within these walls over the passing of centuries.
Do you imply the renewed ring is not enough to defeat him?
It is not. If you wish to bring such events to bear, you must usher the souls of Zenoira's people to their long-awaited salvation.
The Zenoira of old was an ancient kingdom, said to have fallen in a single cursed night. What do its denizens have to do with this?
The night you allude to was that of failed ceremony, one in which they relinquished their corporeal forms. For countless years they suffered in discarnate agony, consigned to merely watch as a new world sprung forth from their own. As you may expect, the weaker-hearted among them succumbed first to madness, then to an unyielding, rabid lust for evil. 'Tis only by the power of the sanctuaries that such wicked souls were put to slumber, sealed away in a realm known solely as the Beyond.
And Galerius used me and my father to break that seal.
Quite so. He has torn open a seam between the land of the living and that of the dead. A seam through which he shall unite their beings, till neither one is distinct from the other.
Then we know now what Galerius seeks. To resurrect the souls of ancient Zenoira.
Should he succeed, this world will be met with grave disaster. Yet that is why our sanctuaries exist. Make use of our strength and bring eternal salvation to the souls of the lost. Now, the power of cleansing housed within these sacred grounds will prove a great boon in the battle ahead. Your will is mine own, righteous Prince of Cornea.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine. I can feel it.
Ringbearer, the sanctuaries of Fevreth further seek your call.
I'm a man of culture. I hear boobs, I will listen.
Presence unto each in turn, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
Alright, one more sanctuary. What a brilliant light. We got a sword this time. Fantastic. How is my map completion looking? 98. This guy wants 100%. Okay, we have Monica and Liza here. Sorry about earlier, Monica. I could have sworn you were a bandit coming to stab me in the middle of the night. Please, if anything, I should be the one apologizing for startling you. But you did give me quite the scare in return when you trained your crossbow on me. Yeah, now your fancy armor's all covered in dirt because of it. Not exactly the look I'd expect from a noble. Perhaps, yet appearances mean little amongst fellow soldiers.
Each of us are but equals, united as one beneath the Liberation's banner. Anyway, what I'm really wondering is, what were you doing out here all by yourself? I was hoping to gaze upon the stars for a moment. In my youth, I was often forced to cover my face in the finest makeups, gob myself in extravagant dresses. It was all rather constricting, as you might imagine. Yet at night I would return to my room and stare out the window at the dark expanse which looms over our world. Compared to the endless stars which dot our sky, my problems felt trivial. Such a realization brought me great comfort indeed, as it still does to this day. Huh. I guess being a noble's not as easy as it looks. I always used to be jealous of people like you know? But hearing what you went through makes me glad I grew up in the desert. I was free, even if it meant struggling just to survive. 'Tis a privilege I yearned for myself. Yet now that I've attained such a life, nothing could dampen my outlook. Not even being covered in dirt from head to toe. Hey, Monica. Let's go to the Oasis together next time we're in the desert. A place like that, you won't need any fancy makeup or expensive dresses. All you've got to be is yourself, nothing more. Same as when you're looking up at the stars. That sounds lovely, Liza, but I fear I've never learned how to swim. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm a great teacher. Aw, they're besties. I love that. Alright, the last sanctuary is on the opposite side, over here. This is a Noiran sanctuary. Another rapport convo. Odric and Lex. Where do you think you're going, Lex? 'Tis already past midnight.
Oh, I was just gonna grab a little water. I just wandering makes a guy thirsty, you know.
I know you're lying.
Alright, fine. I was planning on sneaking myself an early breakfast, too.
With blade in hand, I think not. How long have you been stealing off to train like this?
You caught me red-handed.
I applaud your dedication, I truly do. But wearing yourself too thin will come at a great cost during actual battle.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've been doing this for weeks and no problems yet.
Very well, but we shall speak of this again if I ever catch your eyelids growing heavy. I doubt you wish to impede the prince's march due to lack of sleep.
I figure you're only saying this stuff because of Elaine.
You shouldn't malign him so, Lex. He only keeps you at his side because he trusts you.
You mean... Huh. I think the big guy's actually trying to help me. Maybe I should get some sleep after all. Yeah, geez, I was just trying to get some water and a snack and to train for like 5 hours. Can't believe you'd scold me for that, man.
Melisandre and Calm, alright. Again, this is from the perspective of before they got married, I'm assuming, because this is the first conversation.
Elaine hasn't said so much as a word to me. Hasn't said so much as a single word to me today.
It is a sad state of affairs, my lady. He is a cruel man indeed to toy with your heart in such a manner. Yet he did show us great kindness in overlooking our past dealings with Zenoira. Perhaps the queenship Lady Melisandre desires is not so distant as it appears to be. Though should she marry into the royal family, none would remain to assume leadership of the noble house Maillet.
What are you mumbling about over there, Calm? It's almost time we head off to bed.
Have you ever considered the impending existential danger to your lineage, my lady?
No, frankly. And now is not the moment to discuss inheritance. We've almost died once in this war. There's no telling when it may happen again. As it stands, Elaine's mercy is the only reason we still live. So for now I wish to fight at his side, even at the risk of my own demise.
I suppose you make a fair point.
I only wish I had more time to tend to my appearance before we rode into each new battle. I can't bear the thought of Elaine seeing my hair a mess and my unblemished skin covered in disgusting sweat. She's so funny. Is that not precisely why I stand beside you, my lady? Merely say the word in the midst of battle, and I shall ensure your appearance as fair as the light of dawn. Just imagine he's got like a purse. He carries her purse with like all of her makeup in it. That's so funny. Thus, Prince Elaine shall only ever gaze upon you at your absolute best. Calm, please. You attempted such a thing in battle, neither of us would live to tell the tale. But enough of this frivolous talk. If I ever hope to court Elaine, I've no choice but to fight on, and that's precisely what I plan to do. Now come, Calm. We'll need our energy for tomorrow. Of course, my lady. Rest well. Plot twist, they're already married. That's what I get for delaying support conversations and not grinding them up. Another support combo. Renault and Hodrick. Renault, I see you still wield the same lance as you did 10 years past. Indeed I do. It would seem I kept it rather well maintained, even while serving as Zenoira's puppet. Does it not call to mind painful memories every time you gaze upon it? My pain matters not. This weapon serves as a reminder of the torturous acts I committed with my own two hands. It is a warning, both for myself and for you. A warning to never forget the horrors we wrought, the innocent lives we stole away from families and loved ones. We must always remember their suffering, for as long as we draw breath. There is truth in what you say, yet dwelling on such matters will one day shatter your very soul. My soul be damned, Hodrick. I've no longer the right to seek atonement, not after what I've done. Yet despite my sins, despite the foul torment I brought my own citizens, I live on. Thus all I can do now is strive to sever the roots of evil at their source. And so I shall. Even should it cost me everything, for my people, for my nation, and for my prince. But Renault, enough! I have chosen the path on which I walk, yet I am ever grateful to walk it beside you. It's over there. I'm on the wrong side. Arnar. Yeah, I needed to go all the way around. I thought I could get to it from here, but no. But no. I have been bamboozled for the last time. Up and around here. Alright, last sanctuary.
I'll start by offering a prayer to the sanctuary.
He who bears the ring of the Unicorn, present its grandeur before me. Your efforts are commendable indeed. I shall grant you my might, that Galerius's ambitions may at last be foiled.
If you'll allow me a question first. Galerius asserts himself Emperor of the fallen Zenoiran Empire, but I wonder, do his claims ring true?
They do. He is a man dangerous beyond all reason or belief. In truth, Zenoira's people were not born on Fevrith soil, but hail from another continent, beyond the Great Seas. Their populace enjoyed countless years of peace and prosperity, a ushered in by magical advancements of the highest order. Yet, after a contested succession sparked civil war, the very magic which once enhanced their lives now stole them away instead. And by the day Galerius emerged victorious, Zenoira was naught but barren wastes, inhabited chiefly by the corpses of the damned. Faced with such cold conclusion, most would have considered him a king absent a kingdom. Yet Galerius would not be denied his reign. Mustering what few pitiful subjects remained in the realm of the living, he set off to seize a new shore as his own, Fevrith.
Then the ancient Zenoira we're familiar with was actually an invading army from a far-off continent.
The modest fiefdoms which dotted Fevrith could but thrash and flail beneath Galerius's insurmountable might. Only Elheim, shielded by the boughs of the divine Erhelda, was spared utter decimation.
If that same conqueror now blights our lands as well, can we assume General Valmor was possessed by his soul?
I don't believe we can. An energy so ineffably evil likely derives from something else entirely.
How do you mean?
Were he merely revived through the rite of channeling, slaying the host would banish his soul back to the frigid gates of the beyond. Yet, to judge by the monstrous aura surrounding him, I fear the task far too great for such crude methodology. No matter the truth of it, Galerius must be stopped, and the power of cleansing housed within these walls shall hearten that pursuit. 'Tis yours, should you but accept it. Your will is mine own, righteous Prince of Cornea.
The ring's gotten stronger, Elaine. I can feel it.
Ringbearer, your pilgrimage is fulfilled, and so too is the ring of the Unicorn. Deliver your presence unto the decisive conflict, that we may aid you when the fated time arrives.
Alrighty. That's all them sanctuary boys. Got one more item out of this. What do we get? Sacral Brooch, which is just a improved brooch. Alright, now I can do some inventory management. Okay, I take it our rings got improved? Items. Character list, rather. Yeah, it unequipped my rings and made them even better. Astral Blade. Okay, so it's the same as it was before. Maybe. But maybe the +1 AP wasn't. Astral Blade. Unknown trigger condition. Unleash its true power amidst a sea of miasma. Probably triggers when you're up against Galerius. And then Melisandre, you got the Ring of the Maiden. Activates before an ally is attacked with question marks. Unleash its true power amidst a sea of miasma. Alright. We're going to have them both join in against Galerius in a fight. Neat. What other items did we get? Got the Meteorite series. Got the Sacral series of gear. Got a Papal Crossier. Or, who can use that? Anyone with a staff, basically. Could give that to Scarlet to make her a little bit more usable. Undead Ring. Immunity to Death Blow and Poison. I'm assuming Affliction immunity will be quite important. Libera Reincarnation. Revive one ally. Restore them to 1 HP. Grant them immunity to damage for an attack. Nah. Alright. We do have Sonatio. We can outfit him with some gear. Let's give him the... We have so many staves. Sacral Rod. I don't know if we care about the initiative, but sure, we'll give him the Eruses. Decent heal at the start of battle. Alright, let's give... So we have an Amethyst Pendant I haven't assigned yet. A couple of gear we haven't upgraded. Quite a bit of gear we haven't upgraded. And we'll give you a Holy Brooch. Quick Dispel. Remove all buffs from a single enemy. Could be interesting. I like that. And then let's also give him the PP to utilize that with a Sapphire Pendant. Alright. He's a harasser. He likes to harass people. Do we want to change Scarlet around? Circle heal. Versus just giving her the, not equipped. Give her the, whatchamacallit? Papal Crosier, which is her daddy's staff. Sure. Look at my clerics. The only... We did upgrade these Lifeblood Stabs because I really like Resurrection plus Grave Impetus. That's fine. Yana is fine as she is. We could upgrade Selvi. I'm considering who to give the Amethyst Pendant to. Maybe Nina. Okay, where is it? Oh, right, I need it set to item ID when it comes to accessories, otherwise I lose track of where things are. Okay, that would give Nina an extra AP we wanted. Would mean I could probably move her away from the Knot of Ruin and give her... I don't know, she could maybe get like the Boreas Axe. That's pretty good. Completely fixes the HP down, as well as completely inverts the initiative. Gives her more evasion. Wants her to retain her bonus AP. Oh no, that's already on Fran, right? I don't know, say Sacral Axe, Affliction Immunity. Sure. And then yeah, let's give you that. Seems fine. Chloe. Flame Javelin. I think I will trade for the option to have you with Affliction Immunity. That seems fine. Just aid. Fettered shield. So we have better shields. That's fine. Guard Seal and Passive Seal immunity. Although the Holy Unicorn Blade gives me debuff immunity anyway. Specifically debuff immunity, though. I don't think debuff immunity saves me from statuses, so maybe not. Lex. Give you the Meteorite Sword for better guard rates. Or max HP, that seems good. Where's Oben at? Vorpal Shield I'd be willing to trade for something better, but Nar... Have you looked at Melisandre? Now that the Swordmasters benefit from half of the attack power of their second sword, I could see a case for this to increase Melisandre's strength, as well as give her Affliction immunity as well, at the cost of her crit chance. I think that's fair. I like that. Rolf, I think is fine. Liza? That's right, that's still Rolf. Travis. Jerome. I guess Jerome would be an obvious wielder of one of these new weapons we just got. Paul, Zenoir, and Meteor. One is guard rate, more max HP is interesting. Let's give him the Meteor Lance. Seems fair. We have one Sapphire Pendant available. No Ruby Pendants. Makes sense, I suppose. Likely to be my healer of choice will be Prim. We'll upgrade her to a Sapphire Pendant. Hilda's doing quite well. Fran. Angel Plume gives you Tailwind. Keep that. Don't need that stuff. Feathering Tailwind. Honestly, you don't really need the Lapis Pendant here. This Wing Rest is kind of irrelevant. Let's change your Lapis Pendant for something better. Give you more attack. Give you the Affliction immunity. Sure, let's give you Affliction immunity. As well as you heal when you do actions. Alright, that's enough inventory management, methinks. Alright. So we're pretty much coming toward the end here. We probably liberate Stormtown. Whole 38 mission. We probably do all of the report conversations we can do before we do the final fight. Just, you know, get them out of the way and experience them. And then we do the final mission. I'm going to quickly take a break. Refill my water, because I have been chugging water. Alright, BRB. That wasn't too long, was it? Alright, let's liberate Sorn. Then we'll do our, you know, rapport convos, get them all done. At least the ones we have. We're not going to farm any up. And then I guess it's just beat the game at that point. The battle for Swarm. Lose if you lose, win if you win. Battle starts. Alright, so we're dealing with Ornian armies again. Mostly. It feels weird not to have, like, weird shit being deployed against me. I'm gonna tuck my hair 1 second. Alright, so we have cavalry, we have armor, and we have mages. I will probably blind that. We definitely want to tackle you with a a Sainted Knight squad. You are just a dude. Goal is to kill you with, presumably, stuff. We'll do a quick cast Ice Coffin. I mean, honestly, we could probably kill everyone here with just the Knights of the Rose. I feel like just the singular squad is more than capable of getting it done. Just a matter, do I want Elta Linde in here, or do I want someone else? Why is this sorted by leader effect? Is that a new addition? Sort by level. No, sort by class. That's how I always have this. I think class used to be third on this list, but then they added leader effect in third, which is why it saved that my sort was in the third position, but the third position changed. So. Let's give Prim a go here. Good grab. Bran in charge. No, I think Miriam's fine. Also, I completely forgot that I had squads over here too. Imagine using 8 squads. I haven't even unlocked squad 9 or 10 yet. Like, just these. Just this one.
This rose bears thorn. Have you need of me?
Yeah, she do pretty alright. I do need to blind the watchtower, though, so we will get a squad out to do that. This will be dodge tank Leah plus dodge tank Liza. You know what? Just for fun, we could throw Travis in there, but I don't think we need to. Not sure. Let's throw Travis in there. Nah, no reason to. Let's go with Yana and Hodrick. We'll make this the Hodrick battery squad again. And then just for fun, I guess, I don't know, throw Scarlet in there as like a token healer magic dealer. The squad just exists to blind the watchtower, not much more.
Awaiting your orders.
Oop, not fortress. We want smoke bolts.
Where should I begin? I shall not disappoint. By your command. What would you ask of me? It shall be done. Have you need of me?
Okay, we're going to take 0 damage this way. Moving those units around, moving Kitra up and then putting her in position 2. Essentially, the Swordmasters there, we're going to do a hasten strike and hit Fran. But by making it so they prioritize different units, Fran won't get hit by it and thus probably won't die, and then we can just heal whatever damage we take. Pretty solid front line as well. Kitra's quite survivable at this point in the game.
I'm within their range.
Oh no, attack call. Is that going to change the calculus? It is actually. Kitra will manage to die. Switch.
What would you ask of me?
Just a little bit, maybe?
I shall not disappoint.
It's actually
Have you need of me?
unfortunate. 109.
What would you ask of me?
101.
Have you need of me?
Okay, move Kitra back in that case. Which one is hasten striking? Quentin. He will hasten strike. He's prioritizing scouts with it. We don't have a scout, so I think he's attacking straight across to Virginia here. Okay, just move Kitra back, that's fine.
It shall be done.
We're fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
I shall not falter.
Yeah, if I were to move Fran over, that would probably result in Fran almost dying, if not dying, so... There we go.
At once! None of you will die here.
None of you will die here.
We fight on! Damn it!
Life share.
Be restored. Observe greatness. With their lives, come!
Okay, heal above our
No harm shall
limits.
come to you.
Imagine missing a 92% against Virginia. Did get a keen edge off on me, but we have 4 AP with Assaulting Blow. I don't think they stand a chance here. Yeah.
We mustn't grow
Pitcher still had
careless.
4
My blossom
AP
ever brighter.
going for her. Miriam levels up, gets magic. Good.
According to plan. I stand ready. Of course. What would you ask of me?
Yeah, we could go fight you. We don't actually land the kill quite.
I shall not disappoint. Have you need of me?
Let's do that
Setting off.
to try to take down that tower as quickly as possible.
What would you ask of me?
I'm not actually primed to win
I
that,
shall not
it would
disappoint.
seem. Probably has something to do with
Have you need of me?
too much ice coffin coming in and freezing my line and not having a way to clear that away. Also, limited heal is fairly weak when I'm having a full squad of 5. I probably should swap this around for something better. Let's attack, sort by magic strength. Astral Rod, affliction immunity. With a King Albior staff for all stats up. The all stats up doesn't really matter. Ring, reincarnation. No. I'm tempted to give her the sacral rod. 'Cause limited heal is... It's neat and all, but healing the whole party 30 is not that big of a deal, you know? Yeah, we'll go Sacral Rod. You're now immune to afflictions, which I believe are status effects. Debuffs are status downs, like magic down, defense down. Afflictions are things like burn and poison and that, so I think that makes sense. We'll target debuffs. We don't need limited heal where we're going. I'm going to also make it so she's a little bit more versatile. So yes, if at first action, if someone is dropping quite low, like below, I wish there was like a 66% chance in here, like a 2/3, just a fourth or a half, huh? We'll say if someone drops below half on your first action, go ahead and heal. Otherwise, when your second action rolls around, go ahead and just heal whoever. That way you hold on to
I shall not
your
disappoint.
your heal action for as long as possible. And it looks like that actually makes a bit of a difference in the RNG there.
I'm off then. I shall not shy from
Set
battle.
to take 20 damage. 60. 20. Sure, I'll take 20 damage.
Make ready. I'm unstoppable.
Quick cast Ice Coffin, Row Barrier, Protect.
Fight on. The wind is ours. We have them.
Probably the Affliction immunity. That means I'm not taking as much damage. This Prim won't get the Frozen.
This will be easy.
Ice Coffin, Row Barrier.
Damn it! It's all on you.
Now they will.
I'm here to help.
Debuffs. For heal. And Assaulting Blow for the win.
We make good strides. The winds of fate blow at our back. What would you ask of me?
Why can't we kill you?
Setting off.
Row Smash, not enough.
I shall not disappoint. Have you need of me? What would you ask of me?
We could mess around with a lot of these things. We'll probably get a dew of some sort if we take the ruins. Don't really need to. So I could just waltz over and kill the boss and end this mission now, before they get reinforcements out.
By your command, the area is ours. You'll find no respite here.
Okay. Meanwhile, I think we're getting countered here by the Sainted Knights, unfortunately.
No hesitation.
Got more? You won't hurt my friend. I'll protect you. This is it. Your final.
Not going down easy.
You're safe with me.
An iron wall.
Stay right there.
You'll see no harm. I shall protect you.
Jump and stick.
I've got you.
Raise your shield.
Okay, well, I'm surprised we were able to get any of that in, but cool. I also totally forgot that Scarlet has a start of battle, which cannibalized Yana's start of battle by 1 initiative point. Well, what does Divine Blessing do? Bonus defense? I guess it's fine. If Yana had gotten hers off, we would have been countered by the
I stand ready.
Knights anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Behold the valor of a knight.
Behold the valor of a knight. Alright, what are we dealing with here? So we're gonna have enemy with the quick cast Ice Coffin. We're gonna counter that with our own mage. We put Kitra on the back line so she doesn't get the initiative boost. She'll be able to get more attacks in. .109 damage. Move Virginia to the back line? Is Virginia the weak link there? Doesn't make sense to me why Virginia would be the weak link there. Yeah, sure, I guess. We healed a full and we killed him. Brrr. Oh no, my initiative. It would be a shame if I gave myself initiative.
Don't let up. Go. Damn it. At once.
A chair, row heal.
Are you all right?
Not bad. The delay on the Sacred Heal actually made it so we could attack with my backline. Pretty good.
In His Highness's honor.
Okay, Fran levels up, gets some
Keep
evasion.
getting stronger.
Kitra levels up, gets some initiative, evasion, attack. Prim gets everything.
Let's see just how strong
Virginia
I can
gets magic, which is hilarious.
get. According to plan.
And we win. Yeah, we could have messed around on that map a little bit more, but nope. Stage clear. Sure, we will save. There's also a sigil here. I think this is going to be the last sigil. For the sigil quest line. Got a History of Fevrith. Barnsley.
The Liberation Army come to save us? I never thought this day would arrive.
Download Corn Ash, and we still haven't used any of those.
This used to be a vital trading post for everyone, or anyone visiting the capital. What with the river and all, that after our harsh years under the Northern rule, local commerce is all but dead. I'd rather not say this too loudly, but I hope you put an end to their cruelty once and for all.
If you're on your way to Grand Corinne, I suggest you stop here first and make preparations. I hear much about your liberation army, young man. Here, use this well.
The Testarossa is a spear that gives critical damage and stun immunity. Interesting. Who deserves that? Bryce, maybe? Where it at? Here, at the bottom. I mean, he's not very prone to critting, I suppose. Maybe give it to someone who has a bit more crit chance with spears. Sergeant, not really. Maybe cavalry. Renault's crit chance is pretty good because of his eye patch. Over the general pike? Yeah, probably. Phalanx shift isn't that good anyway. Stun immunity. We shall deliver you some fish to repair your houses with, and some lumber for you to eat.
The Ember of Hope, Queen and Lineal left for us, has returned, and now stands a grand fire capable of lighting the path ahead.
That is all of Cornea liberated and repaired, except for Grand Corinne, but, you know. Do you remember the first steps of our nascent liberation, my prince? They were taken here at this humble harbor. Now nigh all of Cornea has been restored to its former glory.
None of it would have been possible without Elaine's fearless leadership. Everyone in the nation sings your praises, your majesty. Can't help but wonder, yo, why'd we go handing out stuff instead of keeping it all for ourselves?
I admit, the sting of conceding our precious resources is bitter indeed. Yet there is more to ruling a land than merely battle. Elaine will make a fine king soon enough.
Try telling that to him one of these days, yeah?
Ahem. In any case, Grand Corinne is all that remains. Let us topple Galerius's foul regime and bring peace to our home at last. We have successfully restored all towns of Fevrith. I guess Amalia can be the guard for this town. Seems fair, right?
You've come far indeed, young Elaine. Go now. Grand Corinne is but a few paces away.
Hi.
I'll not let you pass, child. Be gone, or else.
The battle for Plume Pafermi. Alright. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, is there anything else I need to do here? Like, we still have this church over here that's, like, not good. Anyway, let's do our rapport conversations. Let's get those out of the way now, just in case I accidentally trigger the final fight without realizing it. You have Elaine Rolfe, Convo 1, all the way back here. Phew. You've some skill, Rolfe, to be able to hit your mark from such a great distance. As I would hope for a lifelong hunter, yes. By the way, my prince, would you rather have fowl or boar for dinner? I can't say I have a preference, really. Just pick one, please. Why can't you decide? Lex asked me to gather provisions for him. I find myself stuck with an annoying case of decision paralysis. In that case, I suggest we provoke him with the turkey you just shot. Provide him with the turkey you just shot. An excellent choice. Thank you, my prince.
Hey, you got the meat I asked you for?
Indeed I do. Wild turkey from the local forest.
Huh? I'm not sure I've ever cooked one of those, but you think I'm better off roasting it or tossing it in a stew?
You mind if I take until morning to think it over? Poor Rolfe.
Morning? But I'm supposed to be making dinner tonight.
I didn't realize Rolfe had decision paralysis. What a mood. What a mood that is. Rapport. Elaine has a convo with Hawk. He's gonna tell him he's a good boy.
Could you spare a moment, Your Highness?
What is it, Hawk?
As it just so happens, I've recently devised a new battle formation oriented purely toward the magical arts. I was hoping I might test it out when Zenoira next strikes, but I'll need more sorcerers if I wish to do so.
In that case, I'll have some transferred over from another unit right away.
You'd truly do that for me? But it's still just an idea, and I've no guarantee it will prove effective.
Nor will you until you have the opportunity to assess its utility in genuine combat.
Should it fail, I've every faith you'll see its flaws refined.
Perhaps even more so should it succeed.
Well, I suppose so. It's an odd sensation speaking with you like this. You treat me not with the contempt I'd expect from a royal prince, but care and respect for your common man.
Perhaps because I'd spent more time living in hiding on Palavia's shores than sipping fine teas in the royal chambers. But for my part, Ak, I consider you to be anything but common. It is clear you're a great sorcerer, even if you fail to realize it yourself. And seeing how little I know of the finer points of magic, 'tis of merit indeed to have you around. Ahem. Then allow us to alert the other sorcerers at once. I'll do whatever I must to remain worthy of your praise. He's such a good boy. He's so praise-starved. I am certain you will. Please tell me how good I am. Yes, praise me more. Just imagine with like a little tail wag. And we have another convo between Elaine and Hilda. First one, and only one with them, it seems. I'll not claim to mind, Hilda, but it appears your wyvern has mistaken me for a midday snack. He's been biting on at my hair for some time now. Rather forcefully, I might add. It seems he likes you, Elaine. Worry not, there's nothing to be afraid of. He simply wishes to hearten you through the hardships you endure, day after difficult day. It should come as an honor, really. And it does most certainly, but I fear my life is at risk if this continues any longer. Please, I'll not hear a word of such spurious jokes. In truth, he often does this for me as well, whenever I find myself in a fit of melancholy. Could it be that you're feeling uneasy about something, Elaine? I hadn't thought it would be that obvious. Of course, I know that nothing will come from agonizing over the matter. Yet losing a soldier under my command never grows any less painful. A grief I'm too familiar with, albeit under different circumstances. It's true that nothing torments the mind more than such sacrifice. But the good of the many will always outweigh the suffering of the few. All we can do now is try to minimize our losses, while ever striving to deliver peace to this world. I should expect no less from the man who seeks to be king. Right you are, Hilda.
Elaine, is that blood on your forehead?
Remind me never to be consoled by a wyvern again. Just like biting his head off. I just imagine it's like trying to be like cute and comforting, like a little baby like gnawing on like a chew toy or something, like gumming, nom 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 nom. And it's just like biting straight through his head. Alright, we have a convo with Gloucester. I barely knew her. If I may, Gloucester, I hear that during your time as Prince Ludwig's retainer, you also saw to the well-being of Drakenholt's desert. Yet the distance between Salzraga and the southern reaches of the nation are great indeed. Why would you agree to such duties? When I was still but a child, too young to even remember, in truth, my parents were rescued while stranded in the desert. As such, I have always felt an indelible debt to the kind people of these deserts. A debt which only grew when my sister married a man from the desert. She had accompanied Prince Ludwig on a survey of its dunes, assuming the role of his attendant amidst the scorching heat. It was then that she met a handsome young man in the desert's many towns. They grew close quite quickly, of course, and were betrothed not long after. By the day of their wedding brought greater sorrow than joy, for the hall was filled with naught but hateful whispers of the man's low-born desert ancestry. Yet rather than worried for themselves, my sister and her fiancé began to fear the world into which they would soon bring children. I knew in that moment that something had to change, that this nation had become a land where all lives are celebrated, not merely those lucky enough to be born to a noble house. Only then will my nieces and nephews know true peace, without the pain of prejudice heavy upon them. 'Tis an admirable dream, Gloucester. Once which I had begun to realize, in fact, until my mind was so cruelly stolen from me. Now all I seek is to bring an end to this war as quickly as possible. And once we have, I can assume my work to remake Dragonhold in earnest. Help me, my prince, and together we shall bring a brighter future for this land and all its people. My blade is ever yours, Gloucester. Shouldn't that be the other way around, Elaine? Shouldn't people be pledging their blades to you, not the other way around? Alright, Lex and Clive have a conversation. This guy over here also has something to say. Hello, soldier. Leave patrols of the island to us, your highness. We'll see Palavia through this one way or another. Guess I never bothered talking to him, huh? Hey, Clive, you mind lending me your horse for a second? I would, in fact. The humble steed is an extension of a knight's very spirit, not something to loan out without good reason. Yeah, figured you'd say something like that. If you'll excuse me the question, Lex, why do you want it exactly? Well, this is where my family lives, here on Palavia. I was a real handful as a kid. Never helped my dad with the fishing, and the only thing I ever talked about was becoming a knight. And now I basically am one, thanks to Elaine and Joseph. Sure, it still feels like I'm just kind of along for the ride sometimes. It really is just kind of along for the ride, and it does feel bad, but now that I'm back, I want to show my parents how far I've come ever since I left. Thing is, I doubt they'll believe a word of it if I don't have a horse to march in on. I should hardly think that matters, Lex. Your unwavering dedication to the crown is more than proof enough of your chivalrous deeds. Come on, I'm begging you. In that case, sit here in front of me. I shall take you to your parents myself. Yeah, I'll just walk. Think I look more like a noblewoman than a knight in that point. It's like, alright, Lex, you can ride side saddle while I strut up to your house. Like a band of newlyweds. Alright, Clive and Adele, besties. Ha! Ah. You know, Adele, training like this delivers my mind straight to our days coming through the Order. I was just thinking the same thing. I'm amazed we even survived it. No flashback. Faster, Clive! Even the slowest foot soldier could dodge such languid thrusts. Understood, sir. And you're lacking accuracy, Adele. Speed means nothing if you can't even land a simple blow. Thank you, sir. That's enough for now. Convene with the infantry for joint maneuvers. Move! Strict though he may have been, the captain bore great kindness as well. You remember the days Enoira invaded our province? He sent us to the rear guard and took to the front line himself to lead the charge. I was furious, sick of being treated like a damn child who could barely hold a spear. But I realize it now. It wasn't a lack of confidence that motivated the command. He was protecting us. Indeed. Captain entrusted us with the future of our order, and the future of Fevrith. It is the only reason we stand here today. Difficult as it was at the time, we owe him our lives. So many have lost friends and family to this war, losses which must be avenged, and strength is the only way we'll see it happen. I couldn't agree more. We must further hone our spears, as the captain said, and do proud those who keep faith in us, His Highness most of all. Come, Clive, we've got training to do. Ha! Ha! The boys. Alright, we have Ak Melisandre. Alright. You know, Ak, you're actually quite handsome. Stop hitting on someone who isn't Elaine. If only you didn't hide it behind robes and hoods all the time.
Well, thank you not to stare, please. My looks have always been a complicated matter, in truth. How so? Well, I'm happy to say I share much of my appearance with my late mother. Not only makes it obvious I'm her son. That only makes it obvious? But that only makes it obvious I'm her son. Meaning my every failure is a blemish upon her name. Sometimes I wonder if a wretch like me even deserves her visage.
Why not put in a little more effort then? At least then you could honor her memory in the process.
No. A failure with a pretty face is still but a failure. I learned that shame at the many ceremonies I've attended honoring my brother's achievements. Every time people asked me what I was capable of, what great feats I could perform. But I never had an answer. Even now, I've done nothing but have note with my life.
How cruel. A precious gem doesn't become so on its own. It needs to be polished and cared for, not smashed into 1,000 pieces. Just believe in yourself, Ak. Believe that all this magic and research will one day be worth it. Once you can do that, you'll come to like the way you look too. I'm sure of it.
Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to try.
That's more like it. As for my part, I can't wait to see the new and improved you.
Okay, but stop hitting on people who aren't Elaine. You're married now, you know, stop it. Alright, Morden and Amalia, huh, can hang out and chit-chat.
You there, Amalia, was it?
Morden. Here to pester me for mead money, I presume?
Hey now, I enjoy a drink as much as the next man, but that's not why I'm here. It's about that sword you got. Mind if I take a closer look?
Not at all. You got better taste than I realized.
Keep a grip on the thing, mind you. I'd rather not get cleaved in two today.
Don't worry, the sword's practically part of my body.
It's got a real nice aura to it. Intimidating, if I had to pick a word. Yeah. What makes me real curious is what it's made of. Looks to me like some kind of stone, not iron. But I've never felt stone like this.
I think you're onto something there. The thing's been in my family for generations. Don't even think it's from Fevrith.
Wherever it's from, they must have had quite some skill to cut and polish stone this hard.
Anyway, we done here or what?
Just a few more minutes, please. I'll buy you all the rounds you could ever want once we're done.
You sure about that? I drink as much as a small army, you know.
We'll see if you'll have the stomach to back that up. What a stunning engraving. Listen, I know you did a favor showing me your sword, but I didn't think you'd drain every last cask in the tavern.
You're the one who offered. Now come on, I'm still thirsty.
What have I gotten myself into?
That's funny. Alright, next convo, if we have any more. We have Melisandre with Monica, alright.
Is that you, Monica? I feel like it's been ages since we last saw each other. Good day, Lady Melisandre. I heard your house has aligned itself with the Liberation. I never expected to see you march amidst our ranks yourself. I'm no lady with you, just an old friend. Though, I'll admit, it's hard to think of that 10 years have passed since the banquet at House Nordheim. A lot has changed in that time, of course. I'm glad to see your hair is just as radiant to gold as always. You've remained much the same as well, Melisandre. How do you mean? Even in our youth, it was obvious you were never quite like the other nobles. While you may have struggled with decorum at times, you bore a keen eye for seeing matters as they truly were. Did I now? Tell me, do you recall what happened the eve of that banquet? A thief found his way into the manor proper,
past every last one of our skillful sentries. And while the rest of us strive to understand how, your gaze never left the quiet young gentleman in attendance. At the time it seemed as though you were simply infatuated with him. Yet it later grew clear that he was the one who had helped the thief inside. Somehow you had suspected the man from the very beginning.
No, I think you're giving Melisandre a little too much credit.
Had I? I can't say I remember it myself. And though I welcome the praise, we both know what happened afterward. I sided with Noira rather than defend my home. So please, don't act like I'm some wonderful judge of character. If you insist.
Now, Melisandre was definitely ogling rather than suspecting. Alright, is that all of my support combos? It is. Alright. We're not going to grind up anymore, so off we go. Battle for Path Firm. Get over there. Oh, there's the bridge, I see. So be it. The bridge to Plum Firm Town and Grand Corinne beyond is held firm by Zenoiran Imperial Guards. Defeat the guards, liberate the village, and secure a route to the royal throne. So we shall. Battle for Plum Firm. You dare seek an audience with Emperor Galerius? Ha! Time you learn your place, rebel scum. Make your peace, for it shall be the last thing you do. Oh, right, I never did the sigil. We should do the sigil next. All right, what are we looking at? We're looking at mages. We're looking at cavalry bridge guard. We're looking at more mages. Shamans, I'm a little less scared of these days. Cavalry, more witches. I'm definitely deploying Liza to inhibit the supports of the enemy is going to be good. Honestly, I feel like... I mean, they didn't deploy any Sainted Knights, so I feel like Yana should be able to do some good work here. Let's pair her with Chloe, so we'll do Quick Cast, Trinity Rain, Quick Impetus, Trinity Rain, Keen Call, Guaranteed Crit, right at the start. I feel like that'll pretty much blast through most enemies. Do we want Dodge Tank frontline, or would I rather have different frontline? We can't put anyone in here with the start of battle, otherwise it will interrupt Yana's start of battle. So I think that's fine. Do we want to change Knights of the Rose at all? Do we want Prim to be somewhere else? Who knows? Either way, let's get Elaine and Melisandre out here. They deserve to be together. This squad will be what? I guess this can be Unifi. Although no, Unifi's also needs start a battle for her charge stuff, so Unifi can be over here doing her thing. We maybe throw Sonatio in here. Honestly, we probably don't need more than 1 or 2 squads to tackle this, but, you know, just thinking about things. We'll throw Nina. And why not Rosalind, right? I guess start a battle does get cannibalized between the two of them, but sure, whatever. Keep Unifi back for now. Got 3 units.
search for the awaiting your orders.
Okay, yeah. This squad can do most things just fine. We're gonna send Miriam's squad to take on this tower. This will be in range of a support attack.
Where should I begin?
So we should smoke bolt this guy for now. Because the tower will go down first.
What would you ask of me?
Do that.
Awaiting your orders.
For now, we'll just move you
Of
up.
course. Be on your guard.
Rude. Oh, you're just gravity-ing over there. All right, fair enough.
I shall not falter.
We're just killing a bunch of people, as you do. You know, just as you do.
None of you will die here. Now.
Fatal dive.
Fight on. Be shielded.
Salting blow.
Those who defy.
Lol.
We make good strides.
Alright, level up for Miriam.
'Tis the fruit of my labor.
She gets some good stuff.
Glory to the liberation. Have you need of me? It shall be
Flame
done.
the
I
watchtower
stand
for
ready.
me.
As you wish. 'Tis
Siege the
ours.
bridge.
Can you keep up?
Alright. This is gonna be quick cast, Trinity Rain, quick impetus, Trinity Rain, keen call, murder
Any
everything.
last words? You have my aid.
Also active gift.
Keep your focus.
Go on. Sorry about this.
This is very funny.
Take notes, Lex. That's the last I hope to see of you.
Given that she is like regaining PP or AP from things like active gift and quick impetus, I mean, we might as well throw some stuff in here. Just, you know,
Awaiting your orders.
just saying.
Of course.
Siege the bridge.
What would you ask of me?
Right, you are going to
Setting
follow Leah squad around for now.
This won't take a moment.
Not scared of you.
Oh no, we're provoked. It'd be a shame if we could quick cast, Trinity Rain, active gift, quick impetus, Trinity Rain, keen call your squads to death.
Healing.
So
Take it
stupid.
easy. Ready for more. Diligence pays
Level up for Leah,
dividends.
more evasion.
A necessary sacrifice for the sake of our future. I've wrested these lands from our enemy. Where should I begin? I shall not disappoint.
Okay. The shaman
Have you need of me? It shall
can be
done.
taken down by
Awaiting your
you.
orders. I'm off then. As you command. I stand ready.
We are going to smoke bolt this. Oh, there's two towers here. We need two smoke bolts. I think this one is more annoying. It also has more witches in it, which makes it
Awaiting your
slightly
orders.
more dangerous. I will smoke bolt you. Pew.
What would you ask of me? I shall not disappoint. By your command.
Lure
What
them
would you
out
ask of
of
me?
range of
I
the
have
assist
arrived. I shall not
attacks.
disappoint. It shall
Kill
be
you.
done. I shall not shy from battle. You'll be okay.
Refresh.
Guards up. Onward. Easy there. easy. Pay with their lives! Easy there.
Okay, Kitra hasn't gotten a single enrage off, which is a bit of an issue. I guess that's gonna be fine.
We mustn't grow careless. According to plan,
You're dead.
I stand ready. As you wish. Where should I begin? Awaiting your orders. You'll find no respite here.
You will find no respite here. Just saying.
Any last words? Don't stop now!
No hesitation.
I have you.
So strong.
Not be defeated. You see that, Magellan?
Alright, level up for Liza and Hodrick.
War.
Crush. Alright, so this guy is
Have you needed
moving.
me? Setting off. I stand ready. Awaiting your orders. I'm off then.
I'm gonna intercept him.
This won't take a moment. I'll start. Your final steps draw near. You've got this! Are you okay? Ready for more.
You love it. You love it so much.
I shall not disappoint.
Alright, I am going to heavy swing to break these barricades so Leah can go around that side.
I stand ready. Of course. I shall not falter.
Okay, no reason to watch that. It's the same as the last tower we took down. Level up for Prim.
I think I've gotten a little better at this. Have you need of me? It shall
Might
be
as well
done.
kill you.
Behold the valor of a knight. Make ready. The win is ours. Don't let up. Observe greatness. Be restored. The day is won. Glory to the liberation. I shall not disappoint. By your command, I claim these lands for the liberation. You'll find no respite here.
Set takes 76 damage. Why? I think it has to do with the enemy witch, probably. That's fine.
I'll go first.
They're also going to quick cast.
Keep your
My quick cast is better, though.
You've got this. You good? Tis done. All to protect my
Alright, Leah levels up, more initiative. Odric levels up.
A little closer to my
Yana
final
levels up,
strength.
gets more magic.
Service of the crown.
Chloe levels up, gets some defense and
Necessary
attack.
sacrifice for the sake
And we
of my
win!
future.
Okay, progress, yes. We've secured our route to Grand Corinne, Your Highness. Okay. Proceed along this path, and the final battle against Galerius shall commence in truth. Be sure to prepare well for whatever challenges we inevitably face. Unicorn Overlord. Alright, we can trigger that map from 3 different locations, it looks like. Here, here, or here. We'll probably trigger it up the middle, just, I don't know. Presumably that's the canonical path. You go through this town and up. I don't know. Maybe. There's a sigil here we need to do, right? Before I forget, quickly do this sigil.
As far as I'm aware, this should be the final sigil. Meaning our task has at last come to an end. All the more reason to spare no effort. Now then, allow me to activate the sigil's power.
Final trial, Zenith. Alright. Last one. Need to defeat the enemy there. Now, these sigil maps are always pretty interesting. Alright. We got a lot of enemy cavalry. More than a couple of mages. So griffins and cavalry, probably what we want here. We're gonna put Fedokia and Umarus here. This will be an Umarus squad. This will be Magic Reflect as well as sort of a reasonably defensive front line. We should swap this around a little bit, maybe. Let's go with... let's make this the cavalry squad. Grab Clive, Elaine, Monica. Monica can at least protect against some magic bullshit as it happens. Miriam can do the same. And then I would like a anti-cav squad. So we do have Fran, who's probably going to be good, but also Celeste will get out here. And I guess we'll go Unify. So we want to not cannibalize start of battle stuff. Rosalind and Eltalind on... I guess they both have start of battle. Never mind. Past that, go... We'll put Scarlet in here. Her initiative is low enough that Unify would get her start of battle off. You can throw Travis in here. He's fine. We removed his start of battle, right? Or his start of battle is limited to just, like, finish off some losers. No start of battle on Celeste. I guess I'll throw Nina in here as sort of a clean up the enemy. Berenice, maybe. Okay, this 4 squads should be fine. I don't know about this Umarus play here, but sure, whatever. Whatever, seems fair. Alright, how am I approaching this? Do we go north or do we go right? I think we go north to claim this town right away. We're going to want to blind this watchtower and attack this watchtower right away. So let's grab... did I remove Liza? Where's Liza at? Liza is not present. Yes. In that case, Berenice, farewell. Get Liza out here. So let's see, which squad is defending, which squad is going to be on the offense. I guess we send a lane cavalry squad on the offense. Less squad for now on the defense.
What would you have me do?
Smoke bolts, you? I don't want to be dealing with no support attacks.
I'll handle this.
Bum, 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 bum,
Day will be ours. We march. To me.
Take you out. Celeste will be fine against enemies approaching. Pretty much all enemies will be approaching.
Come then.
Take out the tower.
Will not fail.
We will not fail. Yeah, that poor hunter just got demolished.
Victory is assured. I shall ease your pain. Fine job. A fine bout. The time is at hand. The path is
Take
set.
Storm with you.
Your villainy ends here.
What's up, Ultra Draw? We are getting very close to the end of the game. We have this auxiliary mission to finish up a quest, and then we have the final mission itself.
I've only just begun.
Witness a miracle.
Witness a miracle.
Purified.
How are you doing today?
Well fought. We march. To me.
Seize the
I'll
town.
handle this.
Feel better enough to deploy this.
This is more than I did. Tell me what to do.
1,000 damage.
Of course. I hope I can help. Understood.
For the
Crush
liberation.
them.
We march.
This rose bears thorn. What would you ask of me?
I want you to crush them. You are going to crush
Path is
them.
set.
I'll protect you
You're
all.
glad to be off work. Well, I hope you had a good day at the very least, even if it was a long day. I'm more than happy to, provide some entertainment, let you unwind a bit.
If you don't mind.
Alright, quick cast, Trinity Rain, active gift, quick impetus, Trinity Rain, keen call, crit, guaranteed crits, Trinity Rain.
Heavens shine down.
Apparently that did 1,000 damage. It was a good day, just busy.
It had to be done.
Was it at least fast?
I'm ready.
Busy days tend to be fast. Was it at least
Understood.
fast?
I shall not shy from battle.
Alright, we were massacring these guys.
None of you will die here. Onward! Fight on!
Oh, it's so satisfying when you get a Griffin to just cleave a front line.
Those who defy
Not too
me-
bad overall. That's good.
I shall heal you. Huh? We mustn't grow careless. The winds of fate blow at our backs. Have you need of me? By your command. Behold the valor of a knight.
Behold.
Make ready. Now. Don't let up.
And that was all three of them trying to guard it as well.
Greatness.
They did not succeed in guarding it.
We make good strides.
Alright, level
As expected
ups.
of Cornian royalty.
Virginia gets
Higher
physical. Fran gets evasion and some
still.
attack.
Nothing stopping me now.
Hitray just gets more attack.
According to plan. What would you ask of me?
Alright, we could hit you. Could hit you. Could charge the boss right now. Just end this mission early,
be
sure.
done.
Don't need to kill literally everything on the map. Against popular, opinion.
Forward.
I'll enjoy this.
I'll enjoy this.
Oh, Providence.
And I. Together now. Have my spear. Watch and learn.
Rude.
Fast. I shall tend your wounds. We march on.
Not bad. Level up for
I'll not let
Clive.
this go to waste.
Good.
Fine bout. We march. Onward. The time is at hand.
Might as well seize the bridge, because why not?
'Tis ours now.
You'll never win.
Okay. Time for Uniphy to do Uniphy things. Hasten charge. Immunity to blindness in the event that that becomes a thing, which it won't with this unit type.
Steady.
Glacial Rain!
Not gonna
Teehee.
miss. How about this? Out of my Good, Griffin! In perfect sync. What would you have me do? To the skies!
You fight you.
Face the fury of an
Get to
angel.
do, we get to do another Trinity Reign here. Against 3 poor sods in a watchtower.
Watch keenly. You have my aid.
It's what they get for, you know, standing against me.
Had no choice.
Tempered in the cruel flames of war.
It was nothing personal.
Nothing personnel, kid.
This land belongs to the liberation. I shall not falter.
Okay. Currently slated to take 49 damage. I see we have an enemy assist attack coming in. That should be fine. Do 1,000 damage to them and then only take 49 back.
You'll be okay. Guards up. The wind is ours. We have them. Don't go dying. This will be easy. Damn it!
Very good. More life share.
Easy there.
Get refresh.
Huh?
Go heal.
I'm unstoppable.
At once. Don't go dying on me. Be at peace.
Take her heal. Alright, time for Kitra to do what Kitra does best.
Be restored.
Assaulting blow. Assaulting blow. Assaulting blow. Assaulting blow. You guessed it, assaulting blow.
The day is won.
It's so amusing to me.
I blossom
Alright.
brighter.
We get physical defense and magic attack on Miriam. Grim gets magic attack and
Glory to the
defense.
liberation.
Good. We win. Quite overwhelmingly so, I would say. We're very outnumbered. Crushed them quite considerably. Phantom Knight Staff, a little bit more dew. With this lane, my research into the sigils has concluded. Thanks to you, I've learned a great deal about the Zenoira of centuries past. As promised, I would be glad to accompany you until your journey finds its end. Get a silver goblet for our troubles. How are we doing on our quest log, then? We have 2 quests. Get 100% map and beat the final boss. Very good. Very good. Okay. Dew of Illusion increases a target stats by 1 to 2. Let's use this on Yana. I would like her to be even stronger. We'll use 2 on her. I'll use another... let's give them to Elaine's wifey. Oh, she's already used 5, lol. About Elaine. Use 2 on Elaine. We'll use 1 on Leah, I guess. And... oh, Kitra. Alright. Supreme Military Trustees, 10,000 experience points. Sort by level. Like to give these to people that are close to a level up. Let's prioritize those that are under level 40 for now, like
Could
Ak.
you perhaps praise me a bit?
Yana.
One of the many benefits of old age.
Lost
I mustn't
her.
grow complacent.
Okay. Let's get Elaine
Another step
to
forward.
level 40. Let's get Melisandre to level 40. Now, she's almost maxed out evasion. She would be a much better evasion tank than Leah, except I built Leah to be my evasion tank. So, rip to that idea. Scarlet could maybe level. I like how Chloe is my most leveled unit because I let her keep her Chloe's amulet or whatever, pendant, which gives her 30% more experience than other units. Like, alright, sure. Alright, let's level up Bryce. Kinda smells like Abaka in here. Why you gotta talk about me like that? You have a novice military trestus? Lol. Alright. 4 levels via Miracle Fruits. We'll use these to get people to level 40. Yana.
Closer to my former strength.
We could get Prim. Nina to get a level. And like Scarlet to get a little bit going for her. Alright. We never used a single hand mirror. There's a case to be made to use those now, but nar.